Little purr machine going on here, eating his food. Just gently trying to pet him, not trying to disturb him. I want to make sure he's comfortable when he's eating. He's being a good kitty. He's got his little paws in the little trough here. Oh, she senses, hey, there's some food here. Might be advisable to even have 2 feeding bowls, but these two don't have any problem eating side by side. Since there's going to be 4 cats total, there's going to be some side by side eating in the future, so I don't mind keeping it at 1 bowl. But if there was any kind of problem where there was some aggression or hissing while they're both trying to eat, I would probably separate this and have 2 separate feeding bowls for now. So I feel there's really no set time as far as how long they need to be in the safe room. You really need to observe your new kitties, and they eventually will tell you when they're ready. It's not about you telling them, hey, you've only got 2 days to get used to this, and then you're going to go meet new kitty. I feel the slower you take it, the better the introduction goes. You're gobbling the food, huh? You're a little food goblin. Let's get you some more food. The food too, I'm also going to put out just enough food. I don't want to fill the bowl all the way to the top and let them just free feed off it. I want to get them used to that the humans provide the food. It'll get them more used to us quicker. Somebody's also thirsty too. Here's the brand on this feeding bowl. We got this a couple years ago when we adopted Cleo, our silver Bengal. It's pretty sturdy, stainless steel bowls, and it's also got the catch tray in the bottom. I'm glad we hung on to this because now this is proving very useful so that we don't have to run out and go to the store and buy something new. These little grates here will catch any kibble, any litter off the feet. It's a really good bowl. It's really well made. It's easy to clean. They're back under the bed. I hear a little bit of taking place, so I can kind of divert their attention and, hey, I'm playing with the busy balls. Who wants to come play with the busy balls? Get them used to playing with the toys instead of always going after each other. We've got plenty of toys in the house. No need to run out to the store to buy any more. Although we did. We got a few new wand toys and teaser toys. As a pet owner, you just kind of can't help yourself. Who wants to play with busy balls? Come on, I'm playing with busy balls. They're like, no, we don't want to play with busy balls right now. We want to play with each other. Daddy, you crazy. You're going to sit here and play with the busy balls. Fine, I'll play with the busy balls. Daddy Cat likes busy balls. Ooh. Daddy's a nut job. See if we can see what's going on under there. It's a little dark, can't see. I hear something going on. That's going to be Basha. Oh, we'll bring him out this way. This we just bought new. It's a new feather toy. I believe it had maybe 8 to 10 feathers on it. It's down to 3, and it's only been a couple of days. This will have no feathers probably by the end of today or tomorrow. We'll get a little shot of your belly here. Show everybody your spotty belly. So now by using the feather toy, I have their attention diverted from brawling with each other and going after the toys. But being that there's going to be 4 cats in total in this household, there will be some brawling between all the cats. Now they're a little more curious as to what the feather is, so they're kind of working in tandem here to hone up their little hunting skills. Oh, we're down to 2 feathers? There's only 2? Did we just lose? We did just lose a feather. There's the 3rd one. She's like, oh, give me that feather. Alright, so I'm going to put that feather down there. You're going to have to get it out of there. Can you get the feather out? Says no problem. I'll put that back in there. That's where that belongs. She says no, it doesn't belong in there. No, it doesn't belong in there. He's going to get the feather out. So for the most part, I'm just observing. I'm just letting them do their thing. They're in their play mode. They're practicing how to hunt. So I don't want to disturb them too much. I don't want to introduce my hand. I don't want to pretend that my hand here, all these wiggly little fingers, are a toy like they're playing with. I mean, I might be able to reach in and give him a little pat, but see there, if he turns on me, I can tell he's going to want to latch onto my hand, and that's not something we want to start. That's not something we want to encourage. Because once your cat turns into a finger nibbler, it could be very difficult to try to turn him around, so we don't want to have that happen from the get-go. But he's being really good, and he's letting me just kind of gently pet his belly. I'm not trying to disturb him. See if I can touch the feet. He's letting me rub his little feet. The breeder we got him from too also did an excellent job with socializing these kittens. We really couldn't ask for more. I mean, they're great. They're wonderful. Well socialized. They're not afraid of anybody. We've also had strangers come into the room too, and you know, it wasn't that adverse of a reaction. They were kind of like, "Hey, who the hell are you?" But after just a few moments, they were right back to doing what they do like they do now. Getting all nutty, getting all crazy. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. You're bam, bam. He's bam, bam. He's bamf. He's bamf. Yeah. Look at you, buddy. Look at you, buddy. You're so little. You're so little. He's so little. Did you get that feather out of there? What's taking you so long? Is it still in there? That's behind you. It's on the floor. Oh, a head plant. Look at that. Always entertaining. Always entertaining. Yes. Yes, you gonna turn the purr machine back on? Huh? You gonna turn the purr machine back on? Like, no, I just want to play, Daddy. I just want to play. That's what I do, because I'm a kitten. I'm a kitten. I feel it's real important, too, to try not to flip them over and start doing this on their belly, because that is absolutely going to encourage him to do what he just did right there. But he's backing off. He's a good little guy. I think he knows, you know, hey, we're the people, we're not toys. And I don't want to encourage him to think my fingers are a toy, because when they're small, like they are right now, that little play biting doesn't really hurt, but when they get a lot bigger, it's going to hurt. And it's going to be that much more difficult to try to turn them around and teach them that, hey, finger biting's not okay. But they were very well socialized as kittens. You can definitely tell there was some time spent with them. Thanks goes out to the breeder who took care of them for us. She happens to watch this. Thanks again. Some loud sounds from outside. Till he notices them, but it's not making him run, hide under the bed. I also vacuumed the house, so that's another thing that can scare new little kitties is the vacuum cleaner. Sometimes when they're not used to that, it's a loud, scary sound. But over time, when they get older, they phase it out and get very used to it. Our older cats, I can vacuum the rug and almost get the vacuum within inches of them. She says she's hungry right now. She can eat the rest that's out of that bowl. Oh, I got somebody chewing on the camera here. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. Everything, when they're little, they think everything's a toy. Everything can be chewed on. If that's the case, we got to divert their attention, get them going on a toy. Starting to run out of food here. It's been 4 days. I'm going to add some more of the existing food we use, the dry kibble, to this, so it kind of weans them off the original food they were eating. It's not a bad food, it's just not the same food our existing ones eat, and that's what we prefer to buy. Best food is always going to be the food that your cat wants to eat, not that necessarily you think might be good for them. It could be a high grade food. It could even possibly be a cheap food. So I always say get the best quality food possible, but the best food that they will actually eat. I don't believe that the cheap foods that are sold in the supermarket, for the most part, are any good. You really shouldn't feed it to them. It's kind of like crack to cats. Once they get used to eating that kind of food, they're not going to want to eat anything higher quality because they put coatings, chemicals on the foods that trick their noses into thinking that it's real good food, but it's actually not. You're going to take the... Oh, hey, come back here with that. Where are you going with that? Food hijack. No, don't take that under the bed. Don't take that under the bed. Daddy don't want to crawl under there to get the food out. Got some scratching posts here on a little cat hammock. The little guy had trouble jumping up into this first day or two, but he managed to, and he knows how to get up and get in there. There's toys on the floor. I'm sure there's toys under the bed. There's another scratcher over here in the corner. So they got a lot to do in here, and they have also got each other too, which keeps them nice and calm. At nighttime when they're sleeping, I'm sure they're sleeping probably next to each other under the bed. Put another blanket on the bed so that the comforter doesn't have to take the bulk of the abuse. This blanket here has already had cats run over it in the past, little holes poked in it, so we don't mind that they do it to this one. I'd rather have it done to this one than the comforter itself. Another good tip is before you put them in the safe room, consider the objects that are in there. Like for instance the TV. Do you have maybe a flat screen TV in there? Can they get up on it, rock it, knock it over? This one has a pretty sturdy base. Drawers, you want to make sure when you open and close your drawers, if you have any in there, that the little paws don't go up underneath them. Maybe squish one. You always got to keep that in mind. The curtains I have temporarily folded into the windowsill because one of them, which I'm sure was Basha, when I was out of the room, she climbed the post, probably put a nail in the bottom, and then fell off and snagged the curtain, pulled the thread out about 10 inches, which I was able to just pull the curtains apart, and it pretty much for the most part went back in the curtains. She's also gotten on the top of the post and has grabbed this and knocked these balls down on the ground, a few of them. That's why I put the little merry-go-round with the busy balls in it on top of there, so it will kind of discourage her from getting up on top of there. They're eventually going to get on top of my dresser, I know that, once they get bigger. The lamp here in the corner has been knocked over a couple times. Nothing major. I had the idea maybe take the lampshade off, but I don't want it to hit the table and maybe break the bulb. These are pretty inexpensive lamps, so it's really no big deal. I've noticed one of them trying to chew on the corner here of the table. Whenever I see that, I instantly grab a toy to try to distract them and get them to not do that and chew on the toy. Alright, so I've been keeping an eye on their bathroom activities. Basha there takes big Lincoln log poops. Pees just fine. Him, however, his poops are a little mushy. Keeping an eye on that. Been doing some boiled chicken for him. Hopefully, maybe just it's a little upset tummy issue. They've been sharing the box nicely. I know some might say there's 2 of them in here and I may need 2 litter boxes plus 1 for a total of 3, but this is my bedroom. This is just temporary. They have no problem using the same litter box, and once they meet the other 2, they're going to be sharing litter boxes out in the rest of the house. My sandals have turned into a kitten jungle gym, I found out, because just the other night my feet were getting attacked and I took them off, and instead of them attacking my feet, they started attacking my sandals. It was like a little kitten jungle gym going on. Somebody's down there giving me some tap taps on my toes. Who could that be? Oh, there it is. Oh, little gray paws. Oh, it's you. Okay. He'll take care of her. There we go. There's a good diversion. She goes after my toes. He goes after her. What's up, little guy? Who's little Bam? Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh. What you think? You going to bed? Look what I got for you. Look what I got for you. Some Sour Patch Kids. Candy. Hey, little kitty. You want some candy? You want some candy, little kitty? No. This toy here is looking pretty well used for only a couple of days. They really like this one because it's not only got the ball, but it's got these dangly bits on the end of it. I'll give them some run around here before I gotta go. Toys like this, the wand toys that have some kind of string rope on them, I always feel it's best practice to make sure that when you leave the room and they're unsupervised, that you don't leave these out for them. Younger cats, they're doing twisties, they're doing somersaults. There could be a possibility that something like this could get looped around them and get tied on them and possibly injure or harm them. And we don't want that to happen. And then when you come back in the room, you can get out these toys and they hear it, they're going to want to play. Yeah, you good boy, huh? You good boy. Oh, nope, you're gonna bunny kick my feet? You're gonna bunny kick my feet? No, I'm just gently resting my fingers on them. I don't want them to start bunny kicking me like I'm the toy. This is the toy. This is not the toy. That's what we got to teach them. This is the toy. This is what we want you to go after. There you go. So the first couple days are pretty simple. Get them used to the room. Get them used to you. Make sure they're eating. Going to the bathroom okay. Always keep them in fresh water, food, scoop the poop. That's pretty much all there is to it at this juncture. Next, we're going to start moving on to the actual introduction and introduce these two to the existing two. Okay, buddy, I gotta leave you for a little bit. Wow, you guys are really railing on that food there. You got a little bit in your water bowl.